Hello, my name is Rosanna Rai for short, and you're on to Return with Rai. Thank you for joining me on this week's episode. And so we've been discussing what we would do with the lockdown, how to get the best of it, how to get the better of it. And so we're continuing with the part 2 now, and I want to tell us about self-improvement. You can improve yourself with learning skills, or for example, if you're the type who likes to bake, I have been improving in my baking skills. So you can improve in your baking skills. Then you can say, oh, the guys will be saying I'm not a guy here. There's some other things you can do. And who says as a guy you can't learn how to cook or how to bake? You can improve yourself. So today we want to talk about skills. Any skills, whether it's if you dreamt of how to maybe sew your clothes or how to get your clothes done, then it's okay. You can learn it. There are so many places you can learn how to sew online. If you go to YouTube, you'll be able to find how you can sew. Don't just sit at home doing nothing. Be productive. And then for those others who will say, no, I'm not into all those kind of things. I am just an office person. Who says you can try out some businesses? Look around you. What is a business? It's like you're providing services for people. Simple. So look around you. Do people need certain things? Some people will say, oh, this is beneath me. So I've always said this. So far something is giving you money and footing your bills and paying your bills, there's nothing that is beneath you. So you could, if you're the type, you could try to be an entrepreneur. You could try to find out something that you will be providing value for and you'll be paid. You can find some solutions around you that you can provide. You can look inwards. And then online, there are so many things you can learn online. You can get so many things to do online. So I wrote some down here that you can engage in this period and be productive. You could learn how to code, you could learn graphics, you could learn IT, you can check the Odin project online, you can write better cover letters or resume for people, and they will pay you. You can check lynda.com. It's run by Nidikin. You can check that. You can check Microsoft Excel, and you'll be able to design courses for people. You can use chando.org to learn that. You can learn a language. There's nothing bad in being bilingual. You can learn a language this time. You can learn podcasting, and then podcastconsultant.com is a good place to start learning, and all these things are free. Of course, everybody knows YouTube. You can go to YouTube and learn everything. You can even check Creator Academy in YouTube if you're the type who have some ideas, some things to post that people can learn. You will be paid for. Then you can learn photography. You can learn how to snap. You can learn how to run your own studio. And photography has different aspects of it. There's cinematography, there's videography, there's different things. So just learn what you think would be able, and all these things I'm naming. At the end of the day, you can be paid for it. You can start without being paid by learning your skills, enhancing your skills. But with time, it doesn't matter the job you do. There's nothing wrong with having something on the side. And I always say that if you're running as an entrepreneur, you should know something about your business. It's not every time you employ people to run it for you. At the end of the day, they can shortchange you, or what if somebody just gets angry? Like there was a story my late dad told me about his friend who the driver didn't know that he could drive. So every time the driver would, like, if he maybe cautions the driver or tells the driver, why are you doing this or that, the driver just always quarrels and like, okay, I will leave you for here, I will leave you here, and all that. So you got one day they were driving. I don't know what the driver did to my daddy's friend, and then on the middle of the road, middle of the journey, the guy got angry, parked, and my dad was a lawyer, so this was a lawyer too. They had to get to court on time, so they were 1 hour away from the court. He parked on the road and said, I'm not going again, drive yourself and all. He was shocked. The man just came down, sat down, adjusted the seat, turned the key and drove off and left the driver there. The driver was shocked. Why? Because the driver, in his wildest dream, never ever believed that his boss could drive. He has never seen his boss drive. So even if you let people do things because you can pay them, or because you want some level of comfort or to remove some stress from you, but have an idea, know about it. So you may say you want to run a photography, I will just get a photographer and pay, but you should know some things about it. So that's why I give that idea. Then some writing, technical writing. There are some students, we live in a lazy world, they want you to edit their project, they want you to do stuff so you can learn. Go to English 305 and learn. You can learn Photoshop. People these days want, they are not comfortable with how their body looks. They want you to do something. So you can learn Photoshop and still make money. Okay, so Public speaking, of course, you learn. You know, people think it's just to get in front of the camera. No, you could learn how to improve. Even if you know how to get in front of the camera naturally, you have the natural thing, you know how to talk, but you could learn some things. There's no harm in learning it. And of course, Coursera is your best place to go, where you get free public speaking specialization courses. Okay, then you could learn finance. You could learn Mac skills. It's an Apple IT skills. For those of you who like IT, in fact, I always say it, IT is really the world now. So there are a lot of things to learn. You could go to Udemy. You can also learn things on human resources that you want. You could learn maths for those who are into maybe computers or into or who like maths naturally. You could just go there to learn culinary skills. Of course, I've said it. I just learned how to bake. Every day I check on YouTube or something and learn. But apart from that, there are some flesh or blue apron is like how am I going to put it? Like a school where they teach you how to culinary skills. So you could learn. You could learn pet care for those of you who are into veterinary or into animal husbandry or something, and you're at home now because I learned some schools are closed, you know, around the globe. You could just learn pet care. You could even stroll around to people who have pets and practice. You see, this thing is okay. Yeah, I know there's coronavirus, but you could, of course, most of the people, especially in Africa, we don't keep pets at home. We keep them like outside. So you could say, okay, can I help you treat your dog? Can I check if your dog is fine and all that? Those are things you could do. This WordPress, you could check WP 101 and learn WordPress. You know, you could also learn how to do PowerPoint presentations, because most people they would, at the end of the day, you would get to, you know, present things. Those who work for companies and the rest, you could learn PowerPoint now. You could also learn how to invest. It's not every time you talk or you eat your money. You could learn how to invest. There's something called the investing classroom. They teach you everything about equity, how to invest and all that. So there's digital marketing too. You learn how to sell your things. If you're the type who likes buying and selling, now you could take your things online. A lot of people are online. You can take your things online. Go to Google Online Marketing Challenge. You know, you can check and see what other people are doing, of course. So there are so many other things. There's keyboarding. There's so many other things you can also do. So please, and then for those of you who would also say, I know I'm an office person. Beautiful. You're an office person. Good. But have you checked your resume lately? How is your resume? If you go online, there are people who check resumes for free, actually, you know, to check to see, okay, if you know this, your resume is correct, you know, this is it's okay, this is how you should present it. You should look at it. If you don't know how to write one, this one you should learn. Even as a student, you should learn, especially if you have plans to work in certain corporations now. This is even also the time to check out those corporations. You can, you know, read about those corporations. You want to work at, let me use myself as a doctor, for example. You want to work in the UNICEF, you want to work in the WHO. How do they run? What's their modus operandi? This is the time for you to learn about it. Even, okay, what are the criteria? What will get me this job? You can use this time, learn about it, so that, okay, you can plan and say, okay, after school, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, I need this certification to be able to, you know, keep me on par with people who will be applying and all that. If those of you who want to write specialized courses, there's icon for accountants, you know, for architects and different things. This is also the time to improve yourself. That because you've never really had time. I know some people will say, oh, I know some accountants, and I'm like, why are you not getting chartered? I'm like, there's no time. I'm working in the bank, and then, but now you have some time. There's quarantine. Use this time to start practicing, to start learning, get the books online and start reading so that you can write this exam. What am I saying? Bottom line, make the best use of this time. You could learn a skill. Don't be lazy in this productive, because most of the time I found that there are some days, so when I'm saying productive, I don't mean the whole 7 days. There are some days I'm actually busy, but there are some days where I just say, okay, let me take a break. But even when I'm taking that break, I realize that maybe I'm on my phone, and before I know what is happening, it's afternoon. Before you know, you eat, or you find something, it's evening, you've made one phone call, you've chatted, before you know, it's night. So the truth of the matter is, even if we're on quarantine and isolation, the day is going, and when it has gone, you can't get it back. So please be productive, learn that skill today. You're the type who wants to write a book. Okay, this is the time. You can't truly write that book. You can't start. You may not finish it when the quarantine is over, because of course, to get a very good book, you know, you have to think different things going to it, but you can start. Whatever it is you want to do, start now. There really is no time. You think you're on quarantine, you think the world is stopping. Believe you me, the world is not stopping, it's going on. And by the time we're out of the quarantine, you just find out that there's so many things you need to do, and then the rush and everything. So join me next week as we continue our series, how to make the best of the quarantine order, and connect with me on all of my social media platforms, as you can see on your screen. Bye, and see you next Thursday.